I know everyone wants me to say a Devil Wears Prada line because it's the one that's quoted to me most. Clearly the one that's quoted to me most will be a Devil Wears Prada line.
Something about cheese.
Exactly, something about cheese.
Emily, what is the one activity you do every day?
I wish I did transcendental meditation every day. I don't do it every day. I do eat dark chocolate every day. So I'm going to do that.
In high school, you turned down a pop record contract.
Yes.
Who is the one collaborator that could take you out of your pop retirement?
Lin-Manuel Miranda. Can he just prize me out of this pop reclusivity?
I think if anyone can.
It's Lin.
Is there one song of his that you wish you collaborated with him on?
Well, my kids always say I'm not allowed to play it, but it's Dear Theodosia because it's just the most beautiful lullaby on earth.
Dear Theodosia, what to say to you?
Every time I play it in the car, the kids are like, it's too sad.
It's devastating.
It's devastating.
What is the one relationship that taught you the most about who you are?
Sorry, John Krasinski, but it is our children, because you do go through this complete awakening when you have kids. And I know any parent will attest. And the challenge of it, the beauty of it, that sort of reclamation of maybe who you really are, and how I don't think anybody sees you as purely as your children do or bring you back to earth like they do. So I find that like the most kaleidoscopic experience of my life.
What is the one parenting hot take you stand by?
Bribery. Isn't that half of parenting?
What do you bribe them with?
I mean, definitely their love of dark chocolate is matched with my own. So it's things like, if you eat another piece of broccoli, you could get another square of chocolate.
What is the one quality you look for in a mom friend?
I have friends where there's just this secret language of understanding. And yeah, I look for that sort of effortless secret language that you have with some other mums that just get it in every way. Not just mums, just friends in general.
Your husband, John Krasinski, directed A Quiet Place, which you also starred in. What is the one drive to or from work that you'll never forget?
I think he will never forget the first day when I'd left it rather till the last minute to go, do you know how to shoot a film? Because I don't know how to shoot a film. So I'm just wondering if you know what you're doing. And then actually the drive home was clearly like I'd had an awakening, seeing that this person who I thought I knew everything about had this sort of secret power. And it was really amazing seeing this whole other superpower that he had that I don't think he even knew what he was capable of doing.
What's the one movie you can quote embarrassingly well?
Legally Blonde. It's funny because I just showed it to my kids recently. When she goes, what? Like it's hard? I love that bit. Oh, and she's so brilliant in it.
What is the one audition that changed the trajectory of your career?
It would have to be for The Devil Wears Prada.
Andrea Sachs? Yes? Great. Human Resources certainly has an odd sense of humor. Follow me.
I was 22 and I was actually auditioning at Fox Studios for another movie that, thank God, I didn't get. It was a dragonfly movie. And they said, hey, while you're here, do you want to audition for The Devil Wears Prada? And that changed my life completely in every way.
And now you're returning to The Devil Wears Prada.
Yes.
Years later.
Am I having a hallucination? Hi, Emily.
You also know her?
We were at Runway at the same time, Miranda.
Really?
What is the one shift in dynamics on set that's been the most fun to experience?
Oh my God. Maybe we're just even less tolerant of wearing high heels all day. Maybe like everything's hurting more. Probably that. Maybe we just complain more. That's what it is. I know 20 years has gone by. I know that. But it felt like a blink. It felt like nothing. And so much has happened in between. I mean, Stanley Tucci is now my brother-in-law, and we are family in every single way. He would have been my chosen family, and now he actually is my family.
Does that show up on set?
Yeah, he told me that I was shameless most of the time with some of my comedy choices. They would call cut, and he'd just go, "Oh, shameless."
What is the one piece of advice from Meryl Streep that you still hear in your head?
She doesn't give out advice. She doesn't feel like she wants to impart wisdom on you. She wants to be one of the peeps, you know? I mean, I would love her to give me advice. I don't think she would presume to.
What is the one line from your career that you find most iconic?
I know everyone wants me to say a Devil Wears Prada line because it's the one that's quoted to me most. But there's a moment in Oppenheimer where Kitty Oppenheimer has been obviously drinking heavily and just deteriorating as a character and becoming more volatile and unreliable. And no one wants her to testify. And so the odds are kind of stacked against her, and she's super wobbly. And then she just finally gathers it, and she goes, "Well, it was also very long ago, Mr. Rob, wasn't it? Long enough to have forgotten." And she kind of comes back to life. And even on the day, I remember Chris Nolan saying, "Don't be afraid to just stick that landing with that line. Like, don't be afraid of it just being a real moment, you know?" But it's not the one that's quoted to me most. Clearly, the one that's quoted to me most will be a Devil Wears Prada line.
Something about cheese.
Exactly, something about cheese.
You are in Steven Spielberg's new sci-fi movie, Disclosure Day.
Whatever happens, don't you let go.
What's the one surprise on Spielberg sets?
How fun it was. He is so available as a person. Like, even if you want to dork out and ask him endless stories about E.T. or Indiana Jones and you want him to kind of tell you movie stories, he's just available and joyous and buoyant to be around. And I think I was really amazed by the spontaneity of him, that he doesn't pre-plan anything. Like, nothing's mapped out. He gets there, he feels it, and it was such a vibrant experience watching him work, and you see why he's the greatest. He's the greatest of all time. I don't know where cinema would be without him and what he's done. And yet he doesn't wear that, like, as his front foot. He's just a kid wanting to tell stories and wanting to bring you into the fold of it in every way. It was so beautiful. We were kind of bereft when that film ended. I felt like I needed to, like, stare at a wall for a day. I was so sad.
What is the one red flag you never ignore, professionally or personally?
Bad manners. Also, your instinct on someone. If something stinks, it's because it stinks. I used to kind of second guess I used to try to sort of get past that first instinct. If you felt a bit wobbly about someone or about a project, I'd always be like, no, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I think you have to listen to that because it's so loud if you listen to it.
What is the one insight you'd give your younger self?
Don't sweat the small stuff. If you're not losing sleep over it, don't worry about it.